Coming up on this part of the journey, a lot of dispersed camping and ocean views along the Pacific Coast Highway, and a visit to Redwood National Park. Enjoy. All right, I'm back. It's about 10 in the morning on Saturday, uh, June 19th, and I am in Palo Alto, just getting ready to head out of town. And I've got about a couple hours. I'm going to try to check out a couple of spots that was recommended by the parents of the friend who I was staying with, and that's the town of Sausalito and the Marin Headlands, and then try to find a place to camp for the night. Right, so it's about 2 o'clock, and been driving for an hour or two after a pit stop at a In-N-Out, which I had been very excited about for several days now, and a couple double cheeseburgers fixed me right up. And now I'm just taking in the sights at the Golden Gate Bridge National Recreation Area, and I'm gonna try to slow drive from this spot up the coast for another hour or two, and try to find a camp spot up there. If they had probes, they got to work. If they didn't have probes, they would do high probe. Now, I'm going to make the same noise again. And we'll close the doors. All right, good first day back out on the road. About an hour or two north of San Francisco, somewhere along Route 1. And just on the side of the road, there's a couple of other people camped out in this space. My water was boiling, so I had to adjust it. So it was boiling over actually. I didn't get any groceries today, wasn't feeling like doing that, so I'll do it tomorrow. So today just having stuff I found in dry storage, which is nothing too exciting, just literally sauce and noodles, but it'll have to do tonight. So anyway, the spot's pretty good. It's overlooking a lagoon that's inland from the coast, and tomorrow I'm gonna work my way up a little bit farther, and hope to get about an hour or two more driving in. So anyway, I'm pretty gassed, a little bit of jet lag, and just gonna make dinner and then head to bed. It's Sunday, June 20th, getting on 9 a.m. in the morning. Had a good sleep last night. It's about 20 to 30 minutes away from where I am this morning. I drove here. It's the Point Reyes National Seashore, which is beautiful. It's probably normal that it's kind of overcast, and I assume that that'll clear up. But it's cold, which is surprising because the whole country is under a heat wave, so I didn't expect it to be cold. But it's a nice surprise. So anyway, I'm just here making some coffee, and I put the tent up for a little bit. Looks like it's a place to surf if you actually know what you're doing, which I certainly don't, so I will not be getting in the water. But just gonna pop the tent up and do some reading for a little bit, and then get some errands done. I never made it to the grocery store, but I got a plan tomorrow to take care of that. Anyway, I'm just at a roadside pullout, still on State Road 1. Got somebody behind me, and it looks like another guy just pulled up. So beautiful views. That's water right back there. I don't know if you can tell, but that's the Pacific. And yeah, just chill, making some dinner. Again, it's just leftover spaghetti. Nothing exciting till tomorrow. And gonna rack out pretty soon. Call it a day. It's about 7:15 on Monday, June 21st, and I'm heading to Safeway right now to finally get groceries after putting that off for 2 days and eating just leftover spaghetti, sauce, and noodles. But I had to stop a couple times along the way to just appreciate the views that are out here. Super quiet early in the morning, and the weekend's over, so the foot traffic is down, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here. I'm about 2 or 3 hours north of San Francisco at the moment. Finally have some stuff to eat. All right, it's about 2 in the afternoon. It's a productive day. I got to grocery and found a good park that's near a vineyard I'm driving by right now. It's in the Russian River Valley, and had some lunch and got a shower finally, since I hadn't showered in 3 days, and gave myself a haircut. So now I'm heading back towards the coast. I'm about 20 to 30 miles inland at the moment, heading back towards the coast to find my next place to camp. So that's it for me today. Found an awesome campsite right on the beach today. It's a cliff, I guess, overlooking the water, and it's really nice, quiet. You can hear the waves coming in, so I'm looking forward to a really peaceful sleep, and I'm gonna get back on the road tomorrow. Right, it's getting on about 11 a.m. on Tuesday, June 22nd, and I just kind of had a lazy morning. Parked right overlooking the water, and just kind of spent the morning taking advantage of the internet connection and taking care of a few things, and now going to make some lunch, and then I got a couple hours drive. I think I'm heading towards Mendocino National Forest, which is a couple hours inland, to try to find another camp spot. about 4 o'clock, and I just happened upon a forest ranger after I hadn't had a whole lot of luck looking for a camp spot. And he had mentioned a place just about 500 yards from where I'm standing right now. And so I pulled in, it was good, put up the tent, but thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a walk and see if anything's better. And there's evidence of dispersed camping along this creek bed. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk back to the Xterra and pull down the tent and bring it over here. I just think it's a little bit prettier view than what I've got already, so figure why not. All right, it's almost 8 a.m. on Wednesday, June 23rd. Had an awesome night's sleep by the little creek. Something did wake me up last night. I could hear something scratching around. That was the closest I've come to feeling like I actually had a large animal outside my tent, but I looked out all 4 sides and couldn't find anything. So I heard it, but I have no idea where it was or what it was. But anyway, today I'm gonna head back into civilization and try to find a coffee shop and do some reading and work on the computer, and then head on back towards the coast, try to find another camp spot. Right, it's getting on about noon, and I'm at a park, Oak Manor Park, just in the town of Ukiah, California. Just had a couple of hours, very enjoyable experience at Black Oak Coffee Roasters, and I was able to get some work done on the computer and get some research done. And so now I'm just having some lunch, standard veggie sandwich, and I'm gonna be heading on to try to find a hike and maybe do a trail jog, and then try to keep looking for a spot for tonight. All right, so it's getting on about 8 o'clock on Thursday, June 24th, and I had kind of a tough night last night. I had found on Overlander a BLM spot. It was a trailhead on BLM land that had good reviews, but it looked kind of sketchy. There were some people there that just kind of were making me feel weird, and then some people showed up, and they had 4 people living out of a Chevy Tahoe, and they were screaming at each other and MFing this and MFing that. And so I definitely didn't feel comfortable, so I left. And there's not a whole lot out here. It's kind of, Northern California's been kind of tougher than I expected it to be, but so I basically had to just default back into a friendly Walmart last night, which was definitely not the most relaxing night's sleep. There's a lot of trucks coming by and road noise, but I made the best of it, and it felt a lot safer anyway. So now heading to a coffee shop I got picked out about an hour away from here. Do some relaxing reading and studying for a while before looking for another spot to camp for the night. All right, I'm in Redding, California, which is about an hour north of where I stayed last night. And I just had a really wonderful experience. I got an outside table at Theory Coffee Roasters, a local coffee shop that was very busy, but very enjoyable. And now I'm going to head to a park to do some yoga and have some lunch. All right, so it's getting on 5 o'clock, and I was heading for a camp spot at a rest area about 20 minutes from here, but I stumbled upon this spot, which is a picnic area, and I'm in the middle of the Shasta Trinity National Forest. Technically, there's a sign back there in really fine print that says it's only supposed to be used from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., so no overnights, but I'm gonna take my chances and just stay here. And I got a couple of backup spots near here if I get the proverbial knock on the door. But right now, I'm going to try to get in the water, actually. There's a slow-moving river that comes right by this camp spot, so I'm gonna jump in. I tested the water earlier, it's freezing, but it's super hot out and the sun's just kind of going down now, so I feel like it should be a good time. Alright, it's 6:30 a.m. on Friday, June 25th, and I had a really peaceful sleep at that picnic area last night. As I suspected, nobody showed up to kick me out. And so this morning, I want to get a jump on it pretty early. I'm about an hour or two away from Redwood National Park, which is my destination for the day, to go check that out. So I'm gonna get some miles in and stop and make some coffee, and then try to get into the park as early as possible.
In 300 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
All right, so just got into the park and got my guide and brochure and map. So it's gonna take a few minutes and try to get a game plan together. All right, so it's late morning, and for the first little bit of my time here, I've just been driving around and taking in the environment, which is amazing. The trees are fantastic, and the smell is what I'll remember most. It smells awesome, and it's so quiet and peaceful where I'm at. So, really enjoying it. Real quick, I can show you on the map. I've come in through this direction. That's the visitor center where I stopped, and I'm basically going to just work my way all the way through the park this afternoon, and try to find a good hike after I eat lunch, and then try to find a place to camp north of the park. So that's the plan. So I'm currently heading down a little trail to two quote-unquote farm buildings that were built during World War II by the US Army that are not at all what they appear to be. It actually was a place where they housed radar detection devices. And so I'm heading down there right now to check it out. Definitely one of the most creepiest places that I've seen on this trip, with the fog that's here from the coastline, and the solitude. It's definitely very creepy, but super interesting. You can see behind me where they're basically just at this point hollow brick buildings, but you can see how they disguised it by at one point having just plank boarding covering the cinder blocks. So clever disguise and a really interesting place to visit. It's mid-afternoon on Friday. It's been a lovely day in the Redwood National Park, and just finishing a hike, a short hike, but just to an overlook, looking out over the Pacific. And this felt like a good place to end this video, California Part 2. Tomorrow's just going to be a travel day to get up into Oregon, and looking forward to it. It's a state that I've only been to once briefly, and looking forward to exploring it much more. So thank you for watching. Hope you all are well. Take care.